Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of BTTH Rebirth of Emperor Yang episode number 237 based on novel. So let's start. Hearing Lung Bingshuang's words, Murong Xian was stunned. He didn't even know what happened here. He came here just to convey the news to Lung Bingshuang. How could he be left here? And it seemed that he had to participate in a big war, which really caught Murong Xian off guard. But then Tianying and others explained Lung Bingshuang's words repeatedly. Even after 10 days, Xiao Men would have a war with Qin Huangmi Valley. Of course, now, it is only 8 days from the beginning of the war. Although Murong Xian wanted to refuse, when he saw Lung Bingshuang's cold cheek, then he couldn't help swallowing the words that had come to his mouth. On the other hand, Xiao Yang was relieved. With Murong Xian's participation and the great ape in the sky, now he has 6 strong people in the source environment. In this way, even if the people in the Ghost Hall attack, he can grasp it more. 6 strong people in Huiyuan territory, such a lineup, is enough to crush the whole western region. If they were not afraid of the Ghost Hall, I'm afraid Xiao Yang would have brought someone to the door. Why wait for him in 10 days? Later, Murong Xian also explained his intention. It seems that it is the family behind him who wants Lung Bingshuang to take time to go back. Although this sounds kind, Xiao Yang can also hear some meaning of plea. For this, Lung Bingshuang also wants to ask, but Murong Xian doesn't explain it vaguely, which makes Xiao Yang and Lung Bingshuang more suspicious. However, it must be said that today's western regions are really troubled. Although it seems quite quiet in the Shilin Mountains, the news that Qin Huangmi Valley will fight a decisive battle with the Shilin Mountains spread like wings in the Shilin Mountains on the 4th day of the 10-day period. There was another unexpected guest. Deep in the Shilin Mountains, the Xiaomen people who were preparing for the war 6 days later suddenly felt a breath from outside the Shilin Mountains, and the strength of the breath turned the color of all the strong fighting emperors present. They were shocked. When did the strong in Huiyuan become so worthless in the western regions? This man is a strong man at the level of source environment. Shua shua. With several sounds of breaking the air, Xiao Yang and others are already standing high in the air. The first nature is Xiao Yang. There is no doubt that behind him, nature is Lengbing's and Shaoyixian. Among these, only the great ape and Murong Xian are absent. Before knowing the identity of the visitor, Xiao Yang also hopes to hide part of his strength temporarily, so as not to bring unnecessary trouble to himself and others during the war. Knowing yourself and the enemy can win 100 battles. Now Xiao Yang doesn't even know the real strength of the other party. How can he easily expose his power? Although the visitor was far away from each other, Xiao Yang recognized him immediately with some familiarity in his memory. He was Bai Zhon. Bai Zhon, the young leader of the Bai family, one of the 4 families under the command of the Tianjian sect. His father Bai Ying was a cunning man. When he was still under the command of the Tianjian sect, he united with Xiao Yang secretly. However, now the 4 major sects are unified by the Withered Leaf sect. It is reasonable that the Bai family should have become the people under Yi Luotian. What is he doing here? Hehe, brother Xiao, I haven't seen you for several years. I didn't expect that you have been promoted to a strong person in Huiyuan territory. This really surprised me. Before the man arrived, the heroic laughter sounded. Listening to this voice, Xiao Yang was more confident that there could be anyone else except Bai Zhon. Brother Bai Zhon, you're not bad either. Haven't you reached the source of Hua, too? Xiao Yang arched his hand at the emptiness in front of him and said with a smile. Then, the originally empty void really twisted. Immediately, a young man in a white robe appeared in the sight of Xiao Yang and others. As soon as he appeared, the young man in a white robe couldn't help laughing. How dare you compare with brother Xiao in the early stage of Huayuanjing? It is said that a few days ago, you defeated the 2 strong Huayuanjing players in Qinhuangmi Valley with your own strength. You can be called a hero of our generation. As soon as Bai Zhon said this, Xiao Yang couldn't help but change his look in his eyes. With a faint smile, he turned off the topic, and there was a burst of doubt in his heart. Logically, Qin Shuo and Yi Luotian were forced away by him that day, and the others were killed by him. That kind of news should not spread to the outside world. How did Baijon know? Unless it is in this vast mountain forest, there is still his eyeliner. So their actions in recent days, isn't it? Hihi, Brother Xiao, don't worry. My Bai family has nothing to do with Qin Huang, Migu, and even Yi Luotian. It seems that he saw Xiao Yang's worry. Baijon was right in his words. Hearing Xiao Yang, he was a little cold in his heart. The people of the Bai family are really too refined. Behind Xiao Yang, Leng Bingshuang, Tianying and others who heard this frown respectively. They are somewhat suspicious. In today's western regions, will there be forces that have not been touched by the people of Qin Huangmi Valley? If this words were spit out from other people's mouth, Xiao Yang might still have doubts, but from Baijon's mouth, Xiao Yang felt very natural to believe, just like believing a thing that should be. It's the so-called Three Treasures Hall. Brother Baijon should come to fight with Qin Huangmi Valley in a few days. Xiao Yang's eyes narrowed falsely, and a fine light flashed in his eyes, smiling. Hearing the speech, Baijon also grinned and looked at Xiao Yang. The smile on both faces was gradually expanding. Yes, but not all. As soon as he said this, Xiao Yang was stunned. The cold frost behind him immediately put a pair of cold eyes on Baijon, with a trace of hostility in his eyes. If you are not sure to help them, you can be regarded as an enemy. Brother Xiao, I'm not here to talk about cooperation with you. However, just a few words later, the cold frost behind Xiao Yang was a shock to his delicate body, and the strong breath immediately gushed out from inside to outside. Baijon's face suddenly changed slightly. It was Xiao Yang. While his face changed, he quickly rotted down the cold frost that wanted to run away. Soon, he looked at Baijon again. When the latter saw the helpless color on Xiao Yang's face, he quickly flashed a look of laughter on his face. After that, he continued to speak and said, "This time, I just came to tell you a message. I believe this message should be very important to you." Baijon smiled confidently and opened his mouth again in Xiao Yang's confused eyes. I wonder if Brother Xiao still remembers the dead leaf Gu? Dead leaf Gu. As soon as Baijon uttered his words, Xiao Yang's face suddenly changed slightly. He naturally remembered that thing clearly. Dead leaf Gu is a unique means of leaf falling to the sky. It can refine Gu into a pill shape. Although its effect is the same as Huaji pill, the difference is that dead leaf Gu will poison people's bodies, but whoever swallows dead leaf Gu, his behavior will be controlled by Yi Luotian. Once there is someone who doesn't follow, he is a mind, which can make his life and death impossible and painful. Therefore, generally, anyone who has swallowed the dead leaf Gu can only be ordered by the leaf-falling sky all his life. But what is the purpose of Baijon saying this? Hihi, it seems that Brother Xiao still remembers. I don't need to say more about the effectiveness of the dead leaf Gu. Anyone who takes it will be controlled by Yi Luotian. As soon as he said this, the faces of several people behind Xiao Yang suddenly changed, and Tianying and others quickly recalled the terrible scene they had seen. But one thought is that it can kill people. Such means are appalling. However, one of them is an exception. That is you, Brother Xiao. At the beginning, you also swallowed the dead leaf bug, but not only did you not be controlled by the falling leaves, but also successfully promoted to cultivation with the help of the utility of the dead leaf bug. I think Brother Xiao has not forgotten this. As soon as Baijon's voice fell, several Tianying people behind Xiao Yang quickly recalled. Indeed, although the dead leaf Gu was terrible, it could not play a role in front of Xiao Yang's strange fire, which made the leaf falling to the sky counterproductive and personally improved Xiao Yang's cultivation. When Tianying said that thing again, Xiao Yixian and others couldn't help laughing, but Xiao Yang always focused his eyes on Baijon. If you have anything to say, Brother Baijon, just say it. Hearing the speech, the latter couldn't help but pick his eyebrows, immediately smiled and said, "In that case, I won't say much. The purpose of this visit is to tell Brother Xiao that although Qin Huangmi Valley has been expanding its power over the years, it is not Qin Shuo but Yi Luotian who is really difficult to deal with. Over the years, he has secretly controlled the strong by virtue of the dead leaf insect. Most of those who were given pills in the name of saving people have been controlled by him. The other part is that he killed people who disobeyed his orders. Up to now, there are countless people under his control, including the strong fighting emperor, or even more than 30 people. It even includes a strong person at the level of source environment. As soon as these words came out, Xiao Yang and others suddenly changed their faces. The huge stone that was originally stable in their heart suddenly sank a little, making their breathing heavy. What they know now is only the strength of Qin Huangmi Valley. As for Yi Luotian, there is no news except Xiao Yang's guess out of thin air, but Baizhon's words can be regarded as a heavy hammer to Xiao Yang and others out of thin air. More than 30 strong fighting emperors, one strong Huayuanjing, together with Yi Luotian and Qin Shuo, as well as the other 2 strong Huayuanjing in Qin Huangmi Valley, as well as more than 50 strong fighting emperors on the surface, which shows that Qin Huangmi Valley already has 5 strong Huayuanjing and 80 strong fighting emperors. Such a lineup is terrible. However, what worries Xiao Yang most now is the people in the Ghost Hall. There is no doubt that people from the Ghost Hall will participate in this battle. Once the Ghost Hall also sends strong people at the level of Huayuanjing to reinforce Qin Huangmi Valley, the victory rate of Xiaomen's side is bound to decline a lot. Unexpectedly, the situation between Xiaomen and Qin Huangmi Valley has become so steep unconsciously. If you are careless, Xiao Yang and Xiaomen, it will come to an end. However, fortunately, if Xiao Yang had no knowledge of all this, the result might be very unpredictable, but now Baizhon's appearance seems to have virtually disturbed all the arrangements of Qin Huangmi Valley, or Yi Luotian. In a pair of painted black eyes, the fine light flashed. Xiao Yang immediately looked up, and his sight crossed with Baizhon. They tacitly revealed a smile, while Lung Bingshuang and others also raised their eyebrows and felt thoughtful in their hearts. Since those people are under Yi Luotian's control because of the dead leaf Jiyu, presumably no one is willing to sincerely work for Yi Luotian. That is to say, if Xiao Yang can eliminate the dead leaf Jiyu for them with the help of different fire, after these people are free, the so-called more than 30 strong fighting emperors and strong Huayuanjing under Yi Luotian will naturally cease to exist. At that time, Xiao Men will certainly have more chances to win in the battle against Qin Huangmi Valley. Now, all Xiao Yang needs to do is try his best to save more than 30 people by lowering Yi Luotian's eyelid. Although thank you for telling me this, I still want to know why you tell me such important news. Taking back his mind, Xiao Yang's eyes fell on Baizhon again and asked seriously. He, just take it as a reward for Brother Xiao's saving my father. Baizhon's eyes twinkled slightly and smiled faintly. That's it. If 2 tigers fight, one will hurt, but if both lose, Brother Baizhon. Xiao Yang stared at Baizhon. The cold frost and seer behind him also mobilized the source gas in his body. Baizhon naturally noticed this. He was worried, but did not make any action. He paused slightly and said with a smile, Brother Xiao is really worried. Have we cooperated so many times that Brother Xiao doesn't even trust the Bai family? I don't think I need to explain more. This time, Xiao Yang didn't give any jokes, so Baizhon's face suddenly changed. His sight involuntarily swept over cold frost and Kia. But I'm still very grateful to Brother Baizhon for telling me. No matter what your purpose is, this news is really important to me. If there's nothing else, I think Brother Baizhon should go back. I'm afraid you'll be a little uncomfortable staying here. With a heavy fist hug, unexpectedly, Xiao Yang did not embarrass Baizhon, but deliberately found a step for the latter. Baizhon also answered with a shout, turned and left without stopping at all. However, when Baizhon was not far away, Xiao Yang in the rear suddenly spoke loudly again. Brother Bai, Xiao Yang is not ungrateful, but if anyone wants to ride on my head, I will erase him without hesitation. Therefore, I hope we can always have a face-to-face conversation. The words fell, and the echo floated. Baizhon, who heard the words recently, suddenly contracted his pupils, and immediately accelerated his body shape and rushed out of the Shalin Mountains at an extremely fast speed. At the same time, outside the distant mountains and forests, another figure in a white robe changed his face suddenly when he heard the voice of the words. His eyes could not help showing horror. Looking at this person's appearance, he is the owner of the Bai family, Baizhon's father, Bai Ying. After Baizhon left, Xiao Yang quickly discussed the authenticity of the matter with Lung Bingshuang and others. Finally, everyone agreed that he would rather believe the news provided by Baizhon than not. Therefore, next, Xiao Yang and his party are bound to go to the Western Wasteland. According to the information provided by Zhon, the more than 30-strong fighting emperors were secretly hidden by Yi Luotian in a small valley called Pingshan Xiao outside Qinhuangmi Valley. Because this is Yi Luotian's own card, he did not give these people to Qin Shuo. Therefore, it is an extremely secret news about the existence of these people, which is almost impossible for outsiders to know. Moreover, in order not to attract people's attention, there are only 6 people stationed in the West Depression of Pingshan, and these 6 people are also high-level fighting emperors and strong men. Although there are only 6 strong fighting emperors, due to the relationship of withered leaves and insects, the people in the West Depression of Pingshan have been blocked by Yi Luotianling. Therefore, the people in Pingshan have no means to resist now. Even if there are people who don't follow, they will be directly killed by these 6 people. However, generally speaking, such a task is indeed not troublesome compared with Xiao Yang. It is easy to deal with the 6 strong fighting emperors with his strength. But even so, Xiao Yixian and others are still skeptical about this action. There is nothing that can be done so easily in the world. A force that can sweep the whole western region has only sent 6 strong fighters to garrison. It's too childish. However, this time, Xiao Yang chose to believe unconditionally, believe in the information provided by Zhon, believe that there are only 6 strong fighters to guard there, and even believe that there will be no trouble on this trip. Finally, at the insistence of Xiao Yixian and others, Xiao Yang still went on the road alone, while Leng Bingxuang and others were entrusted by Xiao Yang to block their way on the grounds of guarding the Shalin Mountains. In addition, with Xiao Yang's speed, it is difficult for them to catch up. On that day, Xiao Yang went to the Western Wasteland alone. By noon the next day, he had reached the boundary of the Western Wasteland. When he came here again, Xiao Yang couldn't help but sigh a little, but then there was another boring journey. According to the map, Xiao Yang soon found the so-called Pingshan West Depression. In the vast desert, 2 sand dunes are located in the dark wind, and the bleak sand and soil come from a distance. Then they are resisted and whirled by the 2 sand dunes, and finally become a part of the sand dunes. The hard rock and soil towered like armored soldiers in the desert. The special environment between heaven and earth created here. At the gap between the 2 sand dunes, due to the special environment in the field, the wind sand swirled in the slit, but returned to the sand dune itself. This also led to the accumulation of yellow sand here, and the sand dunes gradually rose. At the same time, at the slit between the 2 sand dunes, naturally, it forms another space. This is the West Depression of Pingshan. The narrow entrance is only small enough for 3 people to enter at the same time. Until dozens of feet later, the space in it gradually becomes spacious. Further down, there is no way to go. The Western Depression of Pingshan is actually a dead cave. It is indeed a good place for killing people and stealing goods. Under the exploration of Xiao Yang's soul power, it is true that in the West Depression of Pingshan, except for a group of people who have been granted cultivation, there are only 6 high-level fighting emperors, and the cultivation of these 6 people is also in the 9-star fighting emperor. It seems that Yi Luotian has indeed paid blood to keep this group of people. Thinking of this, Xiao Yang, who was outside, couldn't help laughing coldly. 6 9-star fighting emperors, such a lineup, on the face, is indeed a strong word, but unfortunately, there is too much difference in front of the strong in Huiyuan environment. With a flick of his fingers, the strange energy painted black suddenly condensed in the void in front of him. However, in an instant, it turned into a painted black tent. Then Xiao Yang stepped forward, and the whole person disappeared in the sky in an instant. Shua. Almost at the same time, in the depths of the West Depression of Pingshan, in front of the 6 people who were sitting together, a figure suddenly appeared out of thin air. Sudden changes made the 6 people who were closing their eyes and knees jump up suddenly, and their faces changed greatly. As the 9-star fighting emperor, few people can come to them when they can't notice. Therefore, there is no need to question the strength of this person. I don't know who you are, but what are you doing here? While the 6 people dodged and retreated, the voice of respectful words also came out. After all, there is no doubt that they are facing a strong man at the level of source environment. If they can't be treated respectfully, it will be a big trouble. I'm Xiao Yang. I've come to ask you for one thing. Xiao Yan grinned coldly. At the same time, his body was also suddenly swept forward. He walked like lightning, clenched his fists with both hands and met the 6 people. Beg for something? Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang. You are Xiao Yang. However, at the moment when the 6 people reacted, Xiao Yang's body was like a ghost. Unexpectedly, it had appeared in front of the 6 people and punched like the wind. Before they could mobilize their fighting spirit, Xiao Yang's fist had fallen on their chests. Bang bang bang. 6 fists in succession and 6 9-star fighting emperors were killed by Xiao Yang at a lightning speed. The appearance of this scene also makes people feel the gap between the strong fighting emperor and the strong Huayuanjing. In front of the latter, even the 9-star fighting emperor is not a combination at all. The 6 9-star fighting emperors were solved with lightning speed. Then, Xiao Yang's body appeared in the deep part of the West Depression of Pingshan. Here, a special prohibition was set, and more than 30 strong people were sealed in this prohibition. Although the prohibition is not an array, Xiao Yang can clearly feel that there is a smell of Yi Luotian on it. If an outsider attacks the West Depression of Pingshan, even if he can pass the 6 9-star fighting emperors outside, if he touches the prohibition, Yi Luotian will find it immediately. It seems that in order to ensure that there will be no changes here, Yi Luotian not only chose the place to hide these people in the West Depression of Pingshan, which is close to Qinhuangmi Valley, but also ensured his connection with them through this prohibition, so as to ensure that he can take care of this place in case of a strong attack. However, it is a pity that although this prohibition is related to Yi Luotian, Xiao Yang, who has a void road, wants to avoid his discovery, which is as easy as a palm. Ha ha! A sneer curled up at the corners of his mouth, and soon Xiao Yang raised his hand quickly and pinched the print with his fingers. At the same time, in the void in front of him, the painted black tent was condensed again. In addition, in the space after the prohibition, it was also condensed by the power of the road. Then, Xiao Yang's body entered it. As soon as he came in, Xiao Yang saw a group of people who were on the alert at the moment. When Xiao Yang scanned his eyes, he was surprised to find that there was another strong person he had seen. At the same time, he was also the only strong person in the source environment among the more than 30 people. And this man is one of the 3 peak strong men in the western regions. LV Zhongtian. Shilin Domain, in Qingtuo Mountain, the former site of the original 4 major gates. On the top of the cliff, many buildings are being rebuilt at an extremely fast speed, and the whole Qingtuo Mountain takes on a new look in a short time. Somewhere on the cliff, 2 figures in white robes are standing side by side. Looking at these 2 people, it is Bai Ying and Bai Zhon's father and son. Since the remaining forces in Qingtuo Mountain were killed by Xiao Yang and others a few days ago, the Bai family took advantage of the weakness and picked up the big bargain for nothing. Although Qingtuo Mountain is only the former site of the 4 main gates, the treasure in it is still unimaginable to outsiders. With the manpower of the Bai family, it has collected all the remaining resources of the 4 main gates. For them, it can be regarded as a large amount. Of course, the most worthwhile thing for them is the Qingtuo Mountain. Now, Yi Luotian has already brought people into one with Qinhuangmi Valley. Qingtuo Mountain is already an ownerless place. As a resource-rich Qingtuo Mountain in Shilin region, once it can be occupied, the resources will be enough to support them to become the next superpower. Father, do you think Xiao Yang will save them? Bai Ying and his son stand with their hands behind them. They look at the huge Shilin area ahead and even the boundless mountains at the end of their sight. At one moment, Bai Zhon can't help asking curiously, "He, I will go." Bai Ying smiled faintly, with a confident smile on his face. Seeing this, Bai Zhon was even more so. The father and son looked at each other and smiled, with the same wise light shining in their eyes. "Father, what do you think of Xiao Yang? What do you think of you compared to him?" In the face of Bai Zhon's inquiry, Bai Ying makes the former feel helpless. Seeing this, Bai Ying couldn't help sighing deeply and said in a deep voice, "I can only say that this man is not an enemy." At the same time, in the western wasteland, Pingshan West Depression, Xiao Yang looked at the middle-aged man in front of him. Unexpectedly, even this one would become Yi Luotian's prisoner. LV Zhongtian, who was once known as one of the 3 top strong men in the western regions. Although he was a 9-star fighting emperor, his cultivation was already close to the strongman in Huiyuan territory, and his combat power was the first person under Huiyuan territory. As for the other 2, in today's Xiao Yang, they must be Qin Shuo and Lengbing's Huang. However, Xiao Yang did not expect that Yi Luotian would control his cultivation, which really surprised people. Seeing that the young man in black in front of him actually called out his name, LV Zhongtian's face also showed a look of depression. When Xiao Yang reported his name, the people present who were afraid of him immediately showed a look of shock. The name of Xiao Yang has been unknown in the western regions recently, especially the coming war a few days later, which has attracted the attention of countless people. Although they are in the nest, they also learned about it from the mouth of the 6 people outside. From this, we can see how famous Xiao Yang is in the western regions. Of course, all this was done by Yi Luotian and others. The purpose is to let everyone in the western regions see the defeat of Xiao Men in the war a few days later. Once Xiao Men is defeated, other forces in the western regions will naturally be disintegrated from their hearts. It is even easier for Qin Huangmi Valley to control the western regions. In this war, Qin Huangmi Valley did more than just Shalin Mountains. They wanted the whole western region. Mr. Xiao Yang, the war between you and Qin Huangmi Valley is imminent. You come here alone. If Yi Luotian finds out, it's not dangerous. LV Zhongtian, who had returned to God, quickly reminded Xiao Yang. At the same time, when hearing Yi Luotian's name, a crowd behind him couldn't help showing resentment. If it weren't for Yi Luotian, so many of them wouldn't be locked up here. It's a great shame that those who fight against the emperor are now imprisoned like prisoners. Don't worry. I'm here to save you from here. Hearing the speech, Xiao Yang smiled and looked indifferent. But in this regard, the people present were helpless to smile and escape. They didn't want to escape here. It's a pity that even if they can escape here, they still can't escape from the clutches of Yi Luotian. After swallowing the dead leaf insects, their life and death are already in the hands of Yi Luotian. If he wants these lives, they will live. If he wants them to die, they will die. The so-called fighting the emperor is like a joke. Alas, Mr. Xiao Yang, as you can see, we don't want to leave, but it's a pity that even if we leave here, the withered leaf insects in our bodies will still be caught by him. I know that Mr. Xiao Yang must come here to prevent us from becoming Yi Luotian's helpers in the war in a few days, but unfortunately, we are controlled by others and even ourselves. I can't control my behavior, so, Mr. Xiao Yang, in order to let us return to freedom and live in peace in the western regions, you'd better kill us. As soon as he said this, there was a look of fear on the faces of all the people present. However, in the end, they still gave a heavy sigh. Indeed, now, the only way to get them out of Yi Luotian's control seems to be to kill them all. Master Lu is serious. I'm here to save you. How can I kill you? Don't worry, nothing in the world is absolutely impossible. Even if the withered leaf GU of Yi Luotian is powerful, it doesn't mean that there is no way to crack it. Xiao Yang pursed a smile, and his face was full of a confident smile. Seeing the confident smile on his face, LV Zhongtian was stunned. Then, the people present saw that Xiao Yang slowly raised his palm and read it. Only a puff, a light blue flame appeared in Xiao Yang's palm. This is strange fire. At the moment when the flame appeared, all the people present could not help shouting. Even LV Zhongtian's face could not help showing shock. Immediately, he saw Xiao Yang's palm suddenly grasp, and the flame in his palm burst and differentiated into thumb-sized flames, which stayed in front of all the people present at the moment. Looking at the tiny flame floating in front of them, the people present dare not underestimate it at all. Strange fire, as the most hegemonic force in the world, can't underestimate its power even if it's just such a small cluster. What's more, at the moment, all their fighting spirit is sealed, and there's no power to resist strange fire. If they get anything, that's a matter that will kill people in an instant. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can trust me, please swallow the flame in front of you. When the different fire enters the body, it will eliminate the dead leaf insects in your body for you. At that time, Yi Luotian's control over you will naturally disappear, and you can restore your freedom. As soon as this remark was made, many people present were moved by it, but they were afraid to swallow it. After all, the thing suspended in front of them was a different fire. Once they were careless, they would only die. Who dared to try it easily? However, seeing that the people behind him were indifferent, LV Zhongtian had to bite his teeth, looked Xiao Yang, nodded heavily, and then swallowed the suspended flame in front of him. As soon as the strange fire entered the body, it dispersed at an extremely fast speed. Relying on the natural restraint of the flame to plants, it burned all the dead leaf insects in LVGG celestial body in a very fast speed in a short time. At the moment when the dead leaf insects were completely removed, the sealed source gas in LVGG celestial body also suddenly operated at this moment, and its cultivation also recover. It's successful. My cultivation has been restored, and the dead leaf insects have all been eliminated. LV Zhongtian, who restored his cultivation, couldn't help but exhale loudly. At the same time, there was a faint layer of source qi rising on his body surface. If it were true, the cultivation in the early stage of transforming the source environment would have been completely restored. With LV Zhongtian in front, all the people after him were naturally excited. They all swallowed the flame in front of them without hesitation. Soon after, more than 30 strong fighting emperors and LV Zhongtian, who was in the early stage of Huyuan territory, recovered their accomplishment. Then, after Qi thanked Xiao Yang, under the leadership of the latter, all the people fled the west depression of Pingshan through the Void Avenue. In this way, one of Yi Luotian's cards was disintegrated by Xiao Yang. After removing this hidden danger, it's time to prepare for a formal duel with Qin Huangmi Valley. After leaving the west depression of Pingshan Mountain, Xiao Yang did not go straight back to Shalin mountain range, but turned to a city in the western wasteland. Apart from the Holy City, it is the location of the Western Region Herbalist Alliance. At the same time, it is also one of the most prosperous cities in the whole Western region. Xiao Yang went to the Holy City this time in the hope that he could use his relationship with the Herbalist Alliance to win the other party's help in this war. When he came to the Holy City, Xiao Yang didn't wait too much. Instead, he went directly to the headquarters of the Alliance of Medicine Refiners in the city. He hoped to see Xingqian this time. If so, maybe his purpose of coming here could be realized. Before coming to the Alliance of Herbalists, Xiao Yang looked at the huge building in front of him and couldn't help feeling surprised. He was worthy of the Alliance of Herbalists. Looking at the whole Western region with such a hand, I'm afraid no one can get it. The shape of the whole Alliance of Herbalists is like a rugged mountain. The buildings are high into the clouds. The peak is towering and straight into the 9 days. The towering posture is like a giant beast standing in the city. There is always the smell of Dan fragrance, which seems to be shrouded in clouds, making it even more magnificent. The tall main gate stood domineering in the city. At this time, Xiao Yang stood in front of the gate. Looking at the 2 soldiers in black armor standing on both sides of the gate, Xiao Yang couldn't help but pick his eyebrows. Their cultivation has reached the level of 3-star fighting emperor. Let the strong fighting emperor guard the gate. I'm afraid that's what Qin Huangmi Valley can't do. The Alliance of Herbalists is really rich and powerful. Then Xiao Yang lifted his feet and wanted to enter. At this time, the 2 soldiers suddenly took a step and stretched out their hands to stop Xiao Yang's way. Sir, if you want to enter the Herbalist Alliance, please show the Herbalist badge granted by the Alliance or the cultivation achievements of Huayuanjing, otherwise no one is allowed to enter. 2 majestic and domineering voices sounded at the same time, which made Xiao Yang's original steps back. Then he understood. But just as Xiao Yangang was about to take out the Herbalist badge given by Han Dong, a force suddenly rushed to Xiao Yang's side. At a glance, Xiao Yang saw a young man who was about to push him away from the door of the Herbalist Alliance. Well, with a frown, Xiao Yang's body was slightly on one side, which easily avoided the young man's actions. At the same time, his body gave way to one side, and his face looked at the latter. Where's the hairy boy? Don't you see Master Zhao coming? He dares to stand in front of the door. Seeing the unhappy color on Xiao Yang's face, the young man looked disdainful and glanced at Xiao Yang coldly. Then he turned his face and smiled at an old man in a pharmacist's robe in the rear. The old man's body is slightly bent. Except for his head, his whole body is shrouded under the medicine refiner's robe. His old face looks yellow but full of vitality. The most prominent hook nose is his biggest feature. A pair of deeply sunken old eyes with sharp light fit his bent body, make it look like a vulture. It makes people shudder at a glance. Jioming, I told you not to get angry with others today before going out. You want people in the league to see you as a teacher. The old man said faintly. His eyes fell from beginning to end. He had seen Xiao Yang. The young man named Jioming smiled and nodded, but his face was full of indifference. This is today. If it's normal, how can this old guy care about pressing people? Well, go in. The old man said faintly, that is, he moved his steps forward slowly, and Jioming hurriedly helped him. As for the two soldiers who blocked Xiao Yang's way just now, he quickly bowed down and made way for them. When he saw that they were in the alliance of herbalists, he shook his head and took back his eyes. Obviously, although they knew their temperament, but there is nothing to do. Then Xiao Yang came forward again and took out the herbalist badge in his ring with a light smile. When the two people saw the badge, they immediately showed a respectful look. Xiao Yang also nodded politely, and then entered the herbalist alliance. Seeing the figure of Xiao Yang entering, the two soldiers took back their eyes again and looked at each other. They could not help nodding for a while and were amazed. Compared with the old man who had just entered, Xiao Yang was much better than him in age and behavior. Sometimes, people really can't see it by appearance. After entering the alliance of herbalists, many people are walking in the spacious hall on the first floor, and the two who entered just now have long disappeared. After several inquiries, Xiao Yang met a kind white-haired old man in the hall on the first floor. The latter is the deacon here. He didn't have many accidents on his face to hear Xiao Yang's words. He has faced too many people who want to see the president, but the rules are the rules and can't be changed by anyone. Xiao Yang was also surprised at this. He didn't expect that it was so difficult to meet someone in the alliance. However, he was relieved when he thought about it. The alliance has an extraordinary position in the mainland, and there are countless people who want to curry favor with the alliance. It's normal for the alliance to have this rule. Then Xiao Yang handed the badge to the old man. He knew that the name of the invitee was clearly engraved on the back of each badge issued by the Herbalist Alliance. This method can save him a lot of trouble. Indeed, after the old man saw the word Handong engraved on the back of the badge, his face immediately showed surprise. He didn't expect that the young man in front of him was really invited by Handong himself. However, since that was the case, it was necessary for him to take Xiao Yang to see Handong. Little friend, please follow me. As soon as the old man smiled kindly, he led the way for Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang also smiled and nodded, took back the badge returned by the former, and then went upstairs with him to find Handong. This video will end here.